There was a lot of things that had to happen for us to get here, but it kind of started with you.
If my partner's up here and they're putting all this in, I need to level up at some point and be there with them.
How do you think investing in ourselves has changed our marriage?
Well, let's hear yours first.
Do you really want me to say it?
Sure. Yeah. Because I have a feeling I know where this is going, but go ahead.
I mean, sex is better.
Of course. Our whole entire life's changed, from our professional life, to our marriage, to how we show up as parents. It really has all come down to making our health a priority.
This show is for women who train harder, think bigger, and live bolder. Here, we don't level up, we set the standard. Strength, strategy, success. I'm Katie Fleece. Welcome to The Smoke Show. Welcome back. Listen, I am really excited about today's episode because I've got a really special guest with me. This is my husband, Dustin, of 18 glorious years. And I can tell he's like super nervous right now because he probably has no idea what's going to come out of my mouth, which you really don't on any given day.
No, this is a strictly unfiltered, uncut. I have no idea what we're going to say. What you got cards. So
I got cards.
You've got some questions and some.
Just so I stay on track.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
because sometimes my ADHD is like, woo.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I'm saying?
You have an issue with that for sure.
Are you excited to be here?
Super excited to be here.
Okay. All right. So this is like your first like official podcast episode.
For your show, yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I've never done our show. I'm just messing with you. I just thought you'd like to. Is Ed Milet one time? That was it.
Ed Milet, come on.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
All right. Well, let's start here.
Okay.
Let's start talking about like how we got here.
Okay.
Like actually like physically here. I think that's kind of an interesting story because it was kind of, well, there was a lot of things that had to happen for us to get here, but it kind of started with you, really.
Yeah. No. So it's kind of like looking at the show and kind of where we're both working at now and how we kind of came about here was just lots of different ways, but like you and John having the history together from being gym owners and stuff. But really, it came down to that one time where, you know, I was forced. I wouldn't say forced, but I was suggested that it was time for me to go ahead and take care of my health and invest in myself and kind of stop talking about it all the time and actually do something. And you recommended, you say, hey, there's this guy out here. He's got his coaching company and it's very bold, very direct, kind of like
you.
Yeah, very, very bold, very direct, like myself.
For those that don't know,
yeah.
You're a pretty direct person. I always say, which I do love that about you. I mean, sometimes it has its purposes, but like what I always say is like, you're always going to know, like people are always going to know where they stand with you.
Yeah. That's the only way.
It's just like,
no sugarcoating it. And that's what really resonated with me about Superhuman and listening to John's message. And like, you were correct. Like you were like, this is where you need to be. This is where you need to go. And, you know, I invested I was a client. Like a lot of people don't know that I was an actual client of Superhuman before you were even, you know, doing all the things that you're doing over there. Yeah. And that's kind of how we all started. And that's how, you know, John actually messaged me to ask about you and what you were doing and stuff. But had I not, you know, taken that step and then, you know, invested in myself and my health and, who knows where we'd be. So it's just kind of, it's just a huge testament about what, you know, like where your life can go when you actually invest in your health and yourself. Right.
I want to touch on that because actually I was just talking to, I think his name was Joseph at the gym today.
Yeah.
And he's a client of ours and he was saying, you know, like, I want to ask you some questions about my wife and, you know, getting her involved. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like, does she want to be part of Superhuman too? And he's like, well, she doesn't really want to be a part of it. I kind of want her to be a part of it. And I had a chuckle because I was like, well, that's how you got involved is because I was like, hey, you're going to apply for this and you're going to schedule a call. Yeah. Like there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's that, you know, it's wanting the best for your partner is like everything, right? I mean, that's really what it was for me. You knew that I was very unhappy and kind of frustrated with like, you know, I was putting a lot of effort in. I was putting, you know, the time into myself, but obviously I didn't know how to get to the level that I wanted to from a health and a fitness standpoint. So
Well, I think too, it's just different. Like when you invest in yourself,
oh
whether
yeah,
it's health and fitness or like business or mentorship or whatever, and like you've got skin in the game.
yeah,
So many times, I mean, we've been in the industry for like 20 years,
yeah,
but it's like you get complacent. Even us,
yeah,
like who've done it forever, you get complacent with yourself. Like you just go through the motions. Like it's just like, oh my, and it just becomes sometimes you just need accountability. Like you need somebody to put you in your place to tell you like you suck sometimes.
yeah. Well, I mean, you look at the world's greatest athletes out there; they all have coaches.
All of
They don't
them.
wake up and do it by themselves. So it's
Nope.
kind of like, well, if they can't do it by themselves, like what chance do I have, right?
Right.
Really?
What makes
And
us different?
yeah, for me, it was just and I see this. I talk to obviously now what I do with Superhuman. Like this is the other thing. I actually work for Superhuman as well.
Yeah.
And what's really cool for me is my standpoint is I get it. Like my whole job is basically to pay it forward. Like I
Yeah.
am literally talking to men and women that are kind of in the same shoes that I was in.
Yeah.
And, I get to kind of share my story and then kind of, again, help them make that investment in themselves. Right. And kind
Yeah.
of the importance of it. And, so yeah, it's been crazy, but you look at our life and our, like how, our whole entire life's changed from our professional life to our marriage to like
Yeah.
how we show up as parents. And it really has all come down to like making our health a priority and actually investing in it, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, putting the skin in the game, but it's more than that. You're putting time, you're putting energy, you're putting effort, you're putting money into it. And just like anything else in, investments, period, you're always looking for a return
Yeah.
on that investment. And that's why I hate when people say, what's Superhuman cost? What's it cost? I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. It's an investment, right? You're
Yeah.
going to get a return on that. Like, your car costs. You're not getting a good return on your
Yeah.
car. Like it's going to actually depreciate your body. If you don't invest in it, it's
Yeah.
going to depreciate as well. So,
Yep.
that's been the biggest thing that I've, that's changed in our lives is just
Yeah.
that this is something that we do. This is something that we're a walking, talking,
Billboard.
yeah, of like how awesome this is and how, it
Yeah.
can just completely change your life and in more ways than one. We wouldn't be sitting here doing this podcast
No.
if we didn't, take that step.
How
So
do you think that's changed our marriage?
as from just,
Just like investing in ourselves physically and like actually giving a shit what we look
yeah.
like, how we show up. Like, how do you think I've got thoughts.
Well, let's hear yours first.
Well, number one, do you really want me to say it?
Sure. Yeah. Because I have a feeling I know where this is going, but go ahead.
I mean, sex is better.
Of course.
Like
yeah.
when you look good,
Yeah.
you feel good.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you talk about like, if you want to perform in anything you do in life, like having confidence
Yeah.
is the key to performance, right? So if you're obviously confident in the way you look and you
Yeah.
have that kind of energy levels, then you're going to perform better in everything
Yeah.
that you do. And, sex is one of those things, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Not with the lights off.
No, not with the lights off. No.
Well,
Sometimes.
mainly because I'm usually asleep by 8 p.m. But
Yeah.
hey, it's Katie Fleece, head of the female division at Superhuman and your host here on Smoke Show. Listen, if you've been waiting for a sign to go after your strongest, fittest, hottest body, this is it. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need anyone else's permission. It's time to claim the body and the life you deserve. Go to smokeshowbody.com and take the first step toward building the ultimate version of you. Now back to the show.
No, but I always laugh. I'm like, my wife's, she's had sex with a fat guy, she's had sex with a fit guy, and you can ask her which one she likes better, right? Like,
it's true though.
Yeah.
It's true. Like it's insane to me the amount of women that I talk to, clients or not, in the beginning. Like if they are a client, it quickly changes, but how normal it is for like married couples to just like either avoid intimacy at all costs, men and women, both spouses, or when they do have it, it's like, all right, hurry up, get this over with. I'm gonna keep my sweatshirt on, lights off, under the covers. Like I'm like, what fun is that?
It's like checking a box. It's like
Right.
something I got to do this week, and
Yeah.
or we haven't had it for a while, so we gotta make that happen.
Get it
versus
in,
like
literally.
versus looking at your spouse and just like, I mean, it could be doing anything. You're like, yeah, okay, like it just,
Yeah.
It's that move because it's there, that attraction, obviously. And I'm not saying that, if you let yourself go, you're not attracted. I'm not saying that, but it's when you show up as your best self and you're the most
Yeah.
confident and your spouse is on that same level. Because again, it's a partnership. And if you look at a partnership in business, like you want your partner to level up with you, right? You don't want to, if you go into a business and you have a partnership, you don't want one partner doing all the work and the other one doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So it's no difference in when you're talking about your marriage, and it's like, hey, like if my partner's up here and they're putting all this in, like I need to level up at some point and be there with them. And that's in anything. And I think that's the biggest thing that, really changed in our marriage was you've always been pretty obviously fit and, kind of gone down the road. And it was always important to me, but I just wasn't, I was never able to attain the level that, I thought I could, right? Because
you almost kind of thought you capped out at like,
yeah, I think there's a lot of guys like we're, again, there's a lot of men.
Ex-athletes.
Yeah, a lot of men that we work with, former athletes like myself. And it's like, you feel like your best days are past you.
Yeah.
And like, and when you're doing a lot of things and like, and this is a lot of things I talk to with the men and women, both on my calls, is like when you are investing time, energy, effort, and money, and you're not getting the results, then you kind of feel like nothing can work for you and deflated. But with Superhuman and with like having a coach and what you'll find is, you may have all the ingredients that you need, but if you don't have the actual recipe to get it done, like you're going to get very frustrated. And that's what it was for me. I thought you
were doing all the right things.
Yeah, I was one of those guys. I know what to do. I'm just not like. Yeah. And then it was like you realize, oh shit, I had no idea.
I mean, your ego kind of got in the way a little bit.
I don't have an ego.
I mean, it did. You do.
Yeah, I still.
That's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
But not anymore. I mean, that was. But I think men and women like. Yeah. It's just like it's almost like this badge of honor. Like, oh, I can do it myself. Yeah. Like we can do everything ourselves. Like I can figure this out. Like, no, you can't. Like, what makes you think like you don't have any experience in how to fuel your body, on how to train, not just exercise? Like, what makes you think that you can actually get to where you want to be by yourself? Like, hire the damn coach. Yeah.
Well, that's my favorite thing to ask people is like, I mean, really, are you you got a background in nutrition, or is like, are you an expert? Like, and it's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, you're a lawyer, so let's not. I'm not gonna do my own. I'm not gonna represent myself in court.
Right.
I'm gonna hire your ass because what, you're gonna help me. You're gonna save me, right? And you need to hire like these guys and these women that we have because they're gonna do that same thing for you. It's that it's that professional.
Yeah.
So
okay, so back to my question because you never really answered it. How do you think?
I thought I was answering it with you. I think we were like agreeing on all that, but.
Oh, well, do you have anything to add besides that?
Well, ask the question again. Like repeat it.
Like, how do you think investing in ourselves has changed our marriage?
Yeah, I mean, like I think like what you said is true, but I also think it's the it's that zest for life, I guess, and wanting to go like go bigger, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you were always one of those people, and I was like, again, when you're just kind of going through the motions. And you're just waking up and it just every day you're kind of repeating the same process and you're tired at the end of the day. You have no energy. You don't have that like, drive, I guess you would say. And then when you change and all of a sudden you start seeing results in your body and you have the confidence and you have the energy coming, you have the drive. And it's like, holy shit, what else can I do? Right. Yeah. Whatever, and like I said, this has really transformed our financial life.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I was going to say.
Huge, greatly. I mean, just insane how much that is. And that's why I tell people all the time, like when I say you're investing in yourself, you're investing in your health, you're investing in your body, don't be surprised if everything else in your life levels up with it because it will. Whether we want to admit it or not, I tell a story a lot. Like there's a client I have that's a realtor and like, when he was a little bit overweight, he was, was a good realtor. And, in realtor, it's a pretty cutthroat business. You're going against, other people. Yeah, everybody's doing it. And then it's all of a sudden, like he said, I took myself serious. I changed. I lost 40 pounds. I got in elite shape. It's like, and all of a sudden I was getting every house. I was getting everything. Because I showed up to these places and I'm fit. I'm put together. I'm like, people are like, oh, if that guy is that, dedicated and disciplined in this part, like he's probably a damn good at this. Even though he said, like, I probably wasn't as good as, a realtor as some of these other guys that have been in it for 20, 30 years, but they were, showing up 30, 40 pounds overweight. They're,
well, if you're buying a house or selling a house and you've got, it's like down to 2 realtors.
Yeah.
And one walks in who's fit as hell, looks put together. He obviously, or she obviously takes care of themselves. They're oozing confidence. And then you've got one that shows up exhausted, scatterbrained all over the place, can't catch their breath walking up the stairs, don't exude a lot of confidence. Like it's like, okay, well, which one are you going to choose? I know which one I'm going to choose.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily that they have, better skills than the other one, but I know that one of them takes excellence seriously.
Yeah.
And it's very apparent.
Yeah. And that's what he said. He's like,
Same thing.
he's like, my commission, yes, I spent, Superhuman's not cheap. We're
Right.
we're very unapologetic about that as well. Like you're going to invest in yourself. But like I said, when you're going to get that return, like he said, he goes, yeah, I mean, I invest in myself, and when I swipe my credit card with you with Superhuman, it's a little uncomfortable, right? Which I was like, good, it should be.
Yeah.
Like that means it's worth it. It's a big, it's something that it matters to you. But it's like at the end of the day, he's like, 6 months down the road, he's like, I'm tripling my sales commission. And it's like, so it's like, damn, that little bit of money I spent on myself and changed my life is really.
And that's really when we started to see like a big financial jump.
Of course.
When we not only invested in our business, like we made a very uncomfortable investment, that first investment, which is a funny story. And then when we also made an investment in our health is when we really started to see things change in our life.
Yeah.
Because you show up with more confidence and more just a completely different person, I think.
Well, you're not, and again, it's like I always say, like you're not just clocking in and clocking out every day. Like you've got
you're on a mission.
You've got this drive, you got this hunger. You want to be. You're like, holy shit, I'm the best in my body I've ever been. I want to be the best in everything else that I do too. And that's why, like, we talk all the time about our company. It's an excellence company. We're about excellence. We're about being the best you can possibly be at everything you do. We use that word elite a lot,
Yeah.
And like I said, that's the awesomest part about my job right now is like that's all I do every single day is I talk to men and women. I kind of listen to all the issues that they're going through, like all the things they're doing and that they're wasting their time and their energy and their effort and they're not seeing results and they're doing all the wrong things and tired of being tired. Like you hear it all, right? And it's like, at the end of the day, it's going to come down as like, are you really tired of that or are you not? Because if you are, then it's time to invest, right? It's time to level up. And when they do that, like, and then it's the other fun part, like following up with these people and watching their success and watching them win. It's like, it's very fulfilling. You know me, I told you, like, this is the most fulfilling job I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah.
Because I'm just literally every day.
Because it's so much more than just weight loss, and that's what we tell people too. It's like, this is transformation. It's not just a weight loss program. Like you can get a weight loss program. Every other person sells one, whether they should or not, but this is like transformation.
Yeah.
We're in the transformation business and not just in body, but in
mindset,
business, like all of the things.
Yeah. So it's really cool. Like our story is really cool how we got to here and you got on this having this podcast, which is incredible. And then we've just met so many incredible people and, we get to do all these incredible experiences and stuff. And, we're falling in love with this city of Scottsdale. And like, we can't wait to kind of, make that other shift.
Plant our roots down here
when the kids allow us to get out of here. But anyway, so yeah, it's just been an awesome experience. And it all started with just that, you telling me like, hey, go look at this company, look at this guy, listen to his videos. Like, I think you're going to like him. And like, I listened to the videos and was like, yeah, this dude's talking right to me.
Yeah.
And I got on the call with Grant, who's now my boss, basically.
Yeah.
I won't call. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction knowing he's my boss, but anyway. But yeah. So I got on a call with him, and it was like I see that like he was exactly like me, same.
He was a client.
A client, but he's same kind of build, same kind of guy. And I'm like, and his pictures were incredible. I'm like, well, shit, if he can do it, I can do it, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, but I did tell him in my mind, I had a number in my mind, a price, and I was like, if it's that, I'm going to say yes, but if it's more, I'm not. And then. Like, of course, that is how. Like, that is. But that's so stupid. Like now, I look back on it. One big difference
between you and I. Yeah. I'm like, well, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I listened to an episode of your. I don't know if it'll be played yet or not, but like, I found out like how much you are like investing in yourself,
honey.
And it's more.
I invest in myself at the highest level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, it's expensive to be me.
I just sit through that whole episode and was Googling shit, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, you invest in yourself, all right, for sure.
I'm only bringing my best package for you.
But you're doing it for me, that's right.
Yeah.
And that comes back to another thing. I do see like kind of this is way off the topic, I guess. But when you're talking about like the like men and women I talk to, and there are a lot of men that get on those calls and
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
they don't really want to say what they really desire, and like they don't really want to they don't want to say like I want to take my shirt off and look like a savage. They don't want to say it. Like they're
Yeah.
scared to say it. But at the same time, sometimes they'll say like, "Oh, I'm not trying to get all fit and stuff like that. I've been
Yes.
married for 15 years. Who am I trying to impress?" And I'm like, "Brother,"
Drives me nuts.
I'm like, "Brother, man, like," and I ask him straight up, I'm like, I'm curious you said, I'm like, is that fair to your wife? Like,
Does your wife feel that way?
yeah, I mean, it's like, do you think that's fair to her? Like that you're literally like saying that, like, so you're saying you don't really care what you look like because of, like, you think she would like you to look a lot different? Do you think she would be more attractive? You think your life would be a little bit much better? Would you show up better as a husband and a father? Like, how would that really affect her? And I bet, like, if she was sitting there, he never would have made that comment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
So
can't like, that is one thing that I've just never understood is when people get married and then they just let themselves go because they have the mindset of like, "Oh, I put a ring on it."
yeah,
Like,
if they're not investing in themselves, showing up for themselves, trying to be the best they can possibly be, and doing it for not only themselves but for you. And that's part of the reason
yeah.
why I try to take care of myself. It's like I look at you and I'm like, shit, I gotta
Yeah.
keep up, right?
Well,
Like that's the
same.
thing,
Like, I wanna look
So
hot for
yeah,
you, like, for me,
and for our
for
kids,
myself,
yeah,
but I wanna look hot for you. Like,
yeah,
I want to be like, I'm vain, I don't care, I'll say it. Like, I wanna look good. Like, I want you to look at me and be like, "Damn,
yeah. I do.
that's my wife,"
I'm
even
doing it
when
right
I'm
now,
80.
actually. I mean, you're sitting here like this. It's hard. I mean,
It's the tights, isn't it?
we have to take a commercial break.
Okay.
They got commercial breaks here?
No, we
Okay.
don't do commercials
All
here.
right. One day. So, all right.
Oh my gosh, but it's true though, like, I think men and women, I've heard that so many times is, people make comments like, "I've been married for 20 years, she's locked in or he's locked in," and, it's like, yeah, but is that fair to the other person?
Yeah, and then when you ask them that point blankly, then they're like,
Oh.
"Oh." No, they're like, "Oh, yeah, maybe." Because I mean, sometimes you gotta challenge these,
Yeah,
men and women, but
yeah,
that's something hard to, I'm like, is that fair to you? Is that fair to your spouse? Is that fair to your kids? Like, that you're not
yeah.
showing up as your best self, right?
Okay, so let me ask you this then, speaking of kids, like, I do think that it has affected the way we parent too, especially now that our kids are teenagers.
Yeah.
And I know there are so many people in leadership roles that are, leading not just our children, but children in general, whether that be teachers or coaches or, whatever. And one thing that actually stood out to me, this was a couple weeks ago, our son, he's 16, and I'm not gonna go into all the details. I'm not gonna spill all the tea. All right. I gotta keep the audience guessing, you know what I'm saying? But he was just always so frustrated. Like every time he'd get in the car, just so freaking frustrated. And I was like, it was just like another day. Like after I picked him up from something, he would just be like visibly upset and like not crying like in that way, but just like pissed. So one day I was like, dude, what's wrong? And he's like, I'm just like, he's such a hypocrite. And I was like, well, why do you say that? And he's like, because he's out here telling us how great he is, how he's the best at everything, how he's and this is a guy in a leadership role, how he's the hardest worker in the room. And he's like, and look at him.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't wanna be like him, and he's like, so every word he says, the entire team, it literally goes one ear and out the other because nobody can take him seriously, and I'm like, "Ooh, he's right," And I do think that especially with, like, our son and you, like, I think he respects you a lot more. Well, he's a very respectful both our kids are very respectful children, but, like, just seeing him growing up and now he's, like, this, like, cute little, like, young man, but he, like, looks at you and he, like, clings on to every word you say. Like,
Yeah.
you can tell, like, he wants to be like you.
Well, again, and to me, it's that, like, we talk about being a thing about being a leader is like, are you influential? Will people follow you, right? And
Yeah,
if you're over here just preaching and saying and doing, but you're not actually living it and doing it,
yeah,
like, not only kids, but anybody can see through that. You are hypocritical, right?
yeah,
Like you're not living what you're saying, right? And I
yeah,
think if you can model it, if you can, be that role model that actually like does what he says, right? Like, so it's
Mhm.
always that what is it? Do what I do, not as I say type thing, or
You
whatever.
totally butchered that.
Well, whatever, but
Do
there's
as I
there.
say, not as I do. Do
Oh,
as I do.
yeah.
No.
Well, I
Do
don't
as
know.
I say, not as I do.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do the opposite way.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm trying. That's what I was trying to get at. Without,
Okay.
I did
I'm not
butcher it,
really
but
following, but whatever.
yeah,
Keep going.
but just leading by example. I'm saying,
Leading by
right? Yeah,
example.
yeah. It's just so that has been a big thing for me too. Like for sure. Like
Yeah.
I want our kids to like that's that guy over there. That's my dad. Like
Yeah.
that's my dad over there. Like right. Like
Oh, that's
that.
gonna make me
Well,
cry.
of course. Like, but that's like, but you again, you're showing them what it's like, right? And showing them why, like,
To
you're
work
like,
hard, to
why
be
it's
your best
important,
self.
right?
Yeah.
If I see a lot of coaches, especially like they're screaming at kids to, one more, like, and they're talking about discipline and hard
And
work.
they
And
don't
it's
have
like,
it.
bro, like you're 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds overweight and you're like,
Yeah.
you got to chew in your mouth or whatever it may be. And it's
Yeah.
like, you're yelling at these kids to do that. They're not going to buy it. But if you get a guy out there that's like, looks the part and you're like, and again, like what you said earlier, like, you want to be like that person, right?
Mhm.
You respect that person. And sometimes all it takes is just, walking the walk versus just talking it all the
Yeah.
time. So
And I think with parents too, especially like how many times as parents do we say like, live out your dreams, work hard, believe in yourself, like, which all those things are great. But again, I think if your children see you not practicing what you preach, it's not going to land. It's not going to stick with them.
yeah, I mean, it's just like they're visual learners, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just like when whatever what they see mom and dad doing, they're probably gonna do.
They're going to
And it's
emulate.
not,
Yeah.
people talk like and no offense, but you see like a bunch of like you see parents that are not taking care of themselves, they're overweight and they have bad habits, right?
Yeah.
Bad eating habits, but chances are their
Kids
kids are
pick
going
up
to
on those
follow that
habits.
because behaviors are passed down to generations.
Yeah.
It's not always like genetics, right? Like genetics is part of
No.
it. Like that's like but when it comes to being like overweight and out of
Habits
shape
are
and
not
things like
genetic.
that, has nothing to do with genetics, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think that's very, very important to why I make that decision, and you make the decision, and it's
Yeah.
awesome. Like you see our son getting up by himself,
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the morning, and he goes out. We have a gym in our barn, and
Yeah.
he'll be out in the barn at 6 a.m. By like nobody told him to do it. He's
Yeah.
just doing it. And it's like you're like, yeah, that's why I'm up at that time. That's why
And you know
we're
what,
doing
though?
it.
It's like if they can learn those habits now,
Yeah.
it is going to be so much easier for them in their adult lives. And I think even clients, other adults that you would talk to, like, will say, I wasn't raised this way. I was like, I was raised on fast food
Yeah.
or beefaroni if you're like me. Beefaroni and tuna casserole, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't do those things growing up. But the thing is, it's like, okay, but it takes one person
Yeah.
to break the cycle.
Yes, always. Yep. And you hear so many people that get on the calls with me and stuff that they want that, but when it comes down to the brass tacks of actually doing it, and then they don't, you're kind of like, well, wait a minute, like that must not be very important to you. Like, what is that actually worth to you? Like,
Yeah.
what value do you put on that?
Yeah.
Are you worth it? Period. Like,
Yeah.
how much value do you put on your own self? And then, like, so I think
I
it's
think a
all
lot
comes
of
up.
it starts with mindset,
It
though.
does.
I think
Yeah.
I like, or not I, but yeah, used to. I wasn't always this way, but a lot of them don't have that belief that they actually can
Yeah.
do it because it's like they are so stuck in the old version of themselves. Like they're so stuck there that they cannot see past the next 30 minutes. They can't see like what they actually could be because they've never been it.
Yeah.
And so they just assume like, well, this is just how it is, right?
Yeah.
It's just how, how I'm going to be the rest of your life or the rest of my life. And it's just simply not true. Like it takes literally, you're one decision away from
Always.
changing your life.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always one decision. And everything's a choice.
Everything.
Like everything that you're like, your job's a choice, where you live is a choice, like how,
How
whether
you treat your body,
yeah, it's all a choice.
your habits, what you do on a daily basis, what you say to yourself, it's all a choice. Yeah. So good.
And that's cool about being in the company that we have and having the community. Like we have communities for men, we have communities for women, and even if you don't believe you can do it yourself, you can borrow the belief from other people that are just like you,
and you
that are
see other
crushing
people
it.
just
Like we
crushing
got
it.
guys and gals that are like some of the most busiest. Like I thought I was busy, like
Yeah.
we thought we were busy, which we are.
Yeah.
But these people are on another level, right? And they
Yeah,
got kids,
and they're doing
just
it.
like 5, 6 kids, like everybody else. They're doing all their travel sports. They're running giant, Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah.
They're traveling 240 days a year
Yeah.
in airplanes and airports, but they matter. Like they know that, like carving out that hour, whatever it may be, every 4 or 5 days for
To
just
take
to
care of
train
themselves.
and putting the right things in their body is going to pay off for them. And when you see successful people doing like that kind of stuff, and then you're like, well, shit, if they can do it, like I can say, you can borrow that belief a little bit until you kind of do it yourself, and that's huge. So
it's good.
Yeah.
So with that,
yeah,
thanks for joining us, and I'll see you on the next episode. Stay strong, stay strategic, stay unapologetic. This is Smoke Show.